Welcome back, everyone, to another Do the Right Film video. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite films streaming right now. You can check out. I got some films on Netflix. What about you, Harvey?
I think both of mine are actually Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. All right, so some variety. We're going to be doing these videos every month. So I think we skipped last month. But
It happens.
It happens, you know. Life is crazy. We're going to be opening up the format a little bit. We're going to be doing more of a short form version of our podcast. The last video is more scripted, prepared, but I'm thinking we're going to get real intimate with the audience.
I don't know if I like how that sounds.
All right. I actually don't know what Harvey picked this time. Usually we plan these out, but this time we're doing something a little bit different where I pick films and he picks films and we don't tell each other. So
Yeah.
You want to go first?
I can go first.
All right. What do you got?
Suspiria is Luca Guadagnino's 2018 remake of Dario Argento's 1977 movie of the same title. It's actually streaming right now on Amazon Prime. It's about a girl named Susie Banyan. She is a girl from Ohio and also a Mennonite. She leaves her family and all of her friends back in Ohio and goes to West Berlin to join a dance company. It's called Helen Marco's Dance Troupe or something like that. Having no formal dance training, she's actually unbelievably talented and skilled, and all of the matrons and the director, Madame Blanc, played by Tilda Swinton, they're just surprised and shocked at how good she is. However, after several disappearances of dance students and also murmurs that the matrons might actually be witches, things start to go really dark and sinister. I love that this movie sort of takes beauty and art and perverts it into something unsettling and horrifying.
Yeah, it's very unsettling. Cause you see, you see her character. She's a lot of sex appeal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to sexualize ballet dancers, or contemporary dancers, but yeah, there are scenes where you have this sexual attraction if you're into women. That is.
Yeah.
And then some creepy things occur, and it's challenging.
Yeah,
challenging.
It is. Yeah, it's conflicting in theory, but when you watch it, I think it works really well together, and it sort of shows you like this duality of like the characters and the idea of like I suppose like great passion and also great horror. It's coupled with some really great performances from Tilda Swinton and Dakota Johnson, and there's some really awesome set pieces. It really has a great atmosphere, and it feels like West Berlin in the 70s. Yeah, it's streaming on Amazon Prime right now, and you should watch it.
All right, I got a film. I think everyone should check this one out. I've talked about it quite a bit. This is on Netflix, so I know a lot of people have Netflix. It's called Charlie Countryman, and this is directed by Frederick Bond. It's a Shia LaBeouf movie, so naturally I'm interested.
I've actually never seen this.
You've never seen this movie? Ooh. So there's a caveat to this, right? It's starring Shia LaBeouf, Evan Rachel Wood. We also have Mads Mikkelsen. It starts by Shia LaBeouf's character having an epiphany, right? His mom dies. He has this vision or epiphany of her telling him that, I'm dead now, yada, yada, yada. Why don't you travel the world? Why don't you see the world and experience new things? So he's like, you know what? He thinks he heard her say Bucharest, so he goes to Bucharest, which is in Romania. And he's just doing the backpacker thing. He checks into a hostel, and he's just like, all right, here we go. He sees this girl. He just basically falls in love with this Romanian girl by chance. And she has like this dark past and this dark ex-boyfriend named Nigel, who's played by Mads Mikkelsen. And it turns into a romance turned crime drama thriller. And here's the thing. This movie got bashed by critics, and it's one of the only movies that I like really love that has been like destroyed by critics, and I really don't understand it. It's one of those rare occasions where it's like if this movie was just made for me or something. But yeah, it's a small, charming movie. I think everyone should check it out. Shia is great. He has like some chase scenes and stuff where he's like doing Tom Cruise level running. Man, it's great. It's really sweet, and I would say don't be fooled by the Rotten Tomatoes score. If you
How low is it?
I think it's like 29%.
That's pretty fucking low.
Right?
That's like,
It's very low. It's the only movie at 29% that I probably love. But this movie, I think they're wrong about this, and I really do. I really think they're wrong. Check it out. Netflix. Charlie Countryman.
I got one more. It's People, Places, Things. It's on.
That's the name of it?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
It's directed by Jim Strauss. It's a comedy that sort of flew under the radar. It came out in 2015, and it turned out to be one of my favorite comedies of that year. Actually, I believe it premiered at Sundance, and it got sort of like a limited theater run shortly after. And I don't really know anyone else that has seen it. I think Sean may have seen it actually. I think I actually watched it with him. But other than that, I've never talked to anybody about this movie. Jermaine Clement stars as the main character. I think his name is Will Henry. He is a graphic novelist and also an art instructor. He happens to find his wife cheating on him with another man. And shortly after that, she tells him that she is not happy in their relationship and she wants to end their marriage. This has great effects on Will's life. He ends up moving into like a small, tiny one-bedroom apartment in Astoria, and unfortunately, he can't see his twin daughters anymore, or not as much as he used to, at least. After learning of his separation, his student, her name is Kat, and she's played by Jessica Williams. She decides she's going to set him up with her mother, who's played by Regina Hall. While they sort of are trying to form like this new relationship and get to know each other, he's sort of confronted by his past marriage and his unchanged feelings for his ex-wife. It's a really endearing and charming movie. Jermaine Clement is hilarious in that role, and it has like this awesome balance of comedy and like real human emotion, and it doesn't stray very far from either of them. And I would highly suggest it to like pretty much anyone. It's a very funny and a very like sweet and clever movie. It's streaming on Amazon Prime right now.
Nice. I got one more movie. It's on Netflix. I recently watched it. It's a Korean movie, and it's called Burning. I should preface this by saying that like it's not the typical Korean movie where it's more horror thriller oriented. I feel like a lot of people associate that with Korean cinema.
Yeah, I think that's accurate too.
Yeah, it is. They do a lot of that. But I think this movie strays away a little bit. It's directed by Chang Dong-lee. It's starring Steven Yeun, which you know from The Walking Dead. Ain Yu and Jung Seo Jun. So probably all pronouncing correctly, but essentially those are the three main characters. Basically what happens is Jong Soo, he bumps into a girl who used to live in the same neighborhood, and he recognizes her. She's like, "Oh, it's so great to meet you," and she wants him to look after her cat while she goes to Africa. And when she comes back from Africa with a dude named Ben, which is this.
I do remember you talking about this now, actually.
He's like a cultured like Korean guy who comes back with her, and I met him in Africa. We got stranded at the airport together. They kind of go into this triple friendship, not like a love relationship, but they kind of form this weird triangle of things happening, and it's very hard to explain. But essentially, Ben tells Jong Soo about a secret hobby that he has, and involves burning, hence the title. And it becomes a very eerie, creepy, slow movie. It's not a thriller or horror. It's just bizarre. And I can't recommend it to everyone, but I think everyone should give it a shot because it's truly one of the movies that I've seen recently that stuck with me the most. It never goes in the direction that you want it to, like with the relationships and what happens with the characters. Everything you want doesn't happen, and I think that's what's most challenging about it, and I think everyone should experience that. So definitely check Burning Out on Netflix. Sweet. All right, well that's our movies that we picked out for you guys this month. 2 on Amazon Prime, 2 on Netflix. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you tuning into the video. I hope you like this new format that we're doing. I feel better about it. What do you feel?
Yeah, I think it's more comfortable.
Yeah, and we're being genuine right now, whereas before we were being fake, and we don't want to do that to our audience.
I don't know about that, but
And check out our podcast on iTunes and Spotify. It's Do the Right Film Podcast, where you can get some in-depth reviews of movies every week with our other co-host Steve. He's also on there as well. Get his perspective on whatever he watches. What does he watch? Anime? He watches anime if you're into that kind of thing.
he watches Rush Hour,
And
Rush
Hour 2, Rush Hour 3. Thank you so much for listening. These are our favorite films streaming in June 2019. We'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, if you liked that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. We're going to be doing one of these every month and let you know which films are streaming right now.